Hi friends, look at this boot that I found at Dollar General. It is just a little plastic flower pot boot. I thought I'm going to buy that and redo it. So what I'm going to do first is take some Waverly chalk paint and paint the entire boot with a generous coat of chalk paint. I think I actually painted it twice. So here is what it looks like when it's dry. This step is important so your other paint will cover well. So what I did was I took some sunflower yellow and some harvest orange and I mixed it together to get this color. And so I painted that on, dried it in between my coats, and I did give it a second coat. And then for the pink, I used bright magenta and I just did the trim colors in pink. I love these two colors together. I think this will make for a cute spring project. I added the pink across the toe for my boot as well. And of course, finished off by painting the top. Next, I'm going to use a fine tip paintbrush and I'm going to paint the little boot strap black and the buckle. I pretty much outlined the whole boot with the black paint and I think it gave it a nice cleaned up and finished look. This is turning out to be such a cute project. This would be a really cute gift idea for someone, or even a group craft project. This would be such a cute idea. So you see I'm just trimming the rest of the boot with the black paint and it just looks so cute. I just love it. And of course across the toe. So after that I make sure that it is good and dry. It's probably best to make sure that you dry each layer so you don't smudge anything. So now I'm going to use a pencil eraser and I'm going to dip it in my Waverly paint and I'm going to just use that to make my little polka dots on my boot. This is a great way to keep your polka dots nice and uniform. And of course I just was randomly placing them, but I was trying to space them out where they look nice. So I just finished all the polka dots and I made sure that was good and dry, and I am now using a piece of cardboard to make a little sign. I rounded the corners and I'm painting it with some Waverly chalk paint. So after this step was dry, I placed my stencil. I'm using the Hello Sunshine stencil. It is one in a set of 6 that I have, and I believe that the set is called Hello Sunshine set. So I just stenciled on in black, and then I'm using a tiny eyeliner brush to cross those bridges. So I'm just going to fill in all the bridges on my little sign and make sure that it has a nice finished look. Once I'm finished with this part, I'm going to make sure that my sign is nice and dry. Then I'm going to use Tim Holtz Distress ink in the black soot shade, and I'm going to just use that to distress around the edge of my sign, giving the sign a finished look. And then I'm going to use a bamboo skewer for a stick for my sign. Off camera, I did seal my boot with some polyacrylic. I just gave it a coat to seal that, and that's why it kind of gave it a little shiny look, but I thought it was important. So I got some rocks and I'm placing them in the toe of my boot to make my boot heavier because the boot is just plastic. I don't want it to topple over. So I put some floral foam down inside the boot, and now I'm just placing my florals. And I picked some different ones that I thought would go good with the paint, and I think it turned out really cute. And then I also painted the back of my sign just in case anyone is wondering. And once I placed my sign, this is what it looks like finished. I think it's absolutely adorable. Please let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.